the report card he never showed his father. He worked his entire life to make his father proud. When he finally succeeded, his father wasn't there to see it. In Seoul, a city that never slept and never slowed down, lived a man named Joon Park. In this city, success was visible. Job titles, apartments, university names, salaries. And Joon had learned early that love often followed achievement. Joon grew up in a small apartment with his parents. His father, Mr. Park, was a factory supervisor, strict, disciplined, and deeply practical. Results matter, his father often said. The world doesn't reward effort, it rewards outcomes. When Joon brought home good grades, his father nodded. When he brought home average ones, silence followed. No anger, no praise, just disappointment. One year, Joon failed mathematics. Not badly, but enough. He hid the report card in his bag, terrified. That night, his father asked, "Did you receive your results?" Joon lied. Yes. His father nodded and returned to reading the newspaper. Joon stared at the hidden report card and learned something that would follow him for decades. Avoid disappointment, earn approval, never fail openly. Joon became exceptional. Top university, prestigious job, relentless work ethic. He worked longer than everyone else, not for money alone, but for validation. Every promotion felt like another report card he could finally show. But he never did. His father rarely asked. And Joon never volunteered. The distance that felt normal. Years passed. Joon sent money home, paid bills, upgraded his parents' apartment, but visits were rare. Conversations were shallow. How is work? Fine. Good. They never spoke about feelings. They never needed to. Or so Joon believed. At 39, Joon achieved what few did. He was promoted to executive director at a multinational firm. Salary doubled, status secured, colleagues celebrated. That night, Joon stared at his reflection in his office window. I did it, he thought. I finally did it. For the first time, he wanted to tell his father everything. The call that changed the story. The next morning, Joon's phone rang. It wasn't his father. It was a hospital. His father had collapsed at work. By the time Joon arrived, the conversation he had rehearsed for years was no longer possible. While sorting his father's belongings, Joon found something unexpected. A drawer inside it. Old photographs, pay stubs, and every report card Joon had ever brought home, including the one he thought he had hidden. On the back of the failed math report card was a handwritten note. He looked so scared that day. I should have said something. Joon sat on the floor and cried for the first time in years. Joon finally understood. His father hadn't withheld love. He hadn't demanded perfection. He had simply never learned how to express pride. And Joon had mistaken silence for disappointment. Joon stayed successful. But he changed. He spoke openly, encouraged mistakes, celebrated effort. When his own child brought home an imperfect report card, Joon hugged him and said, "I'm proud of you for trying." The child smiled unafraid. Standing one evening on his apartment balcony, Joon whispered into the quiet city, "We spend our lives chasing approval, only to learn it was already there." Moral of the story: success earned to prove worth often arrives too late to heal old wounds.